I'm Davis.
I'm Deal.
And welcome to the Upper Level Podcast, created by two brothers, gonna unpack some relevant issues.
Today we're gonna talk about I just need a win.
You do.
I mean, after a year of hard lessons, heartfelt losses, just trying to figure out what's next, every now and then we just need a win.
Just something you can put your hat on.
Right, a win is that moment, it's the result, it's that break, that's some kind of victory. And after all we've been through, I think we just need a win.
No, I'll take, sometimes I just want a small win.
Man, let me tell you, it don't even have to be big, just a small win. It could be a win in finances, win in relationship, win on job, just something.
I consider a win nowadays just getting my food right.
Right.
Like, because everything after the pandemic, like everybody's using DoorDash and like Uber Eats and all this other stuff.
Exactly.
And by the time you like fix your mouth to eat something, it's cold.
It's
by the time
cold,
it
it's
gets out.
messed up, it's not
So,
what you ordered.
Yeah.
I mean, a win, like you said, is a small thing. It's just having a good day. According to Stanford University, a study that they did, it says that video games activate regions of the brain associated with rewarding or feeling good.
Do you play video games?
I play some,
Okay.
but I wasn't a big video game.
Because I have an excuse. I have children. You don't have an excuse.
So you only started when you had kids?
No, look, I'm just saying, I have an excuse to be engaged in video games.
Well, you know, people always, sometimes people talk about why is men always playing video games. But, I mean, according to this study, it's because they just want that feeling of feeling a win. I mean, just like you're saying, a small win. Like, they like that feeling of conquering, going on an adventure, and just a win.
You know, it's funny that you talk about that because I remember starting new jobs, particularly, you know, just in law enforcement in general. It's bad to think of it this way, but some people's like, once you get that first arrest, and I'm not.
Jeez.
I know.
That was rough right there.
Look, man,
Gee,
like,
that went left.
okay.
But I guess in your field, like getting on was that considered a win?
One of the hardest things to quantify in police for, you cannot like look at police work like you would look at like marketing or sales.
Got you.
Right? But everybody needs to use some type of analysis to see if you're doing your job.
Right. So I guess as a pastor, my win be like a soul got saved or something like,
Well,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like got one. Like, I mean, that works.
know.
Like, no.
It does make me think when we were, like when I was a kid and either my mother or father would be preaching and then it gets to the end to the altar call.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And I'm sitting there on the drums and you know that you're not going home until somebody makes their way up.
Exactly.
So, you know, oftentimes, and I'm making light of something that's serious, but I'm just saying that from a preacher's kid perspective, you know as soon as one goes up,
Right.
we all right.
We're gonna be there for a while.
So I guess so from a pastor's perspective, if you don't get that response of like who wants to give, you know, their heart over to the Lord,
Yeah.
is that a loss?
I mean, because think about it. Like, I mean, it's not a loss, but you do want to see lives change. You
Yeah.
want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to see a difference in your life. But also, I mean, I think personally, we want to see wins. We want to see that we've achieved something. You want
Yeah.
to see some affirmation, no matter what field you're in. You want to feel like there's some progression going on.
But the depending on the field that you've chosen, that win could be like really hard.
Right.
You know, and circling back, no, I didn't consider an arrest a win in my book, but that was how my work was graded.
Right. Okay.
So how does one look at a detective that makes no arrest? Like, what are you doing for 8 hours?
Patrolling? I don't know.
No. I'm just saying, like, so that's a challenging part about it.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean? Like but you want to do, what you want to get is you want to arrest the right person, the person that has done what the crime that you're out to investigate. That's a win.
And that's a win. When you solve a case, something like that, you solve a win.
But everything gets out of proportion sometimes when you're just looking at the numbers and not thinking about.
And that's the thing. I think that happens also in life when we don't see the numbers that we want in our life, whether it's the numbers in our financial status, numbers and opportunity. I mean, numbers are important, but they can't define every win. A win, like you said, just getting up in the morning, a win is you a little closer than you were before. I mean, we want to win in relationships. Some may say, because I'm still single, I have not won. I don't think that's the case.
Well, would you consider being a single pastor like a win?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Like, are you just adverse to
I think, because honestly, I think it's when I say win, not that I don't want to get married. That's another thing why people, when you single, do you want to get married? Well, who doesn't? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Well, some people may not. Some people may not. But I see it as a win as in that I'm still focused, still doing what I need to be doing, goal-wise, career-wise. I feel like as you're single, you have a chance to make mistakes on your own, especially financial mistakes, and recover.
That's true.
You know, but also winning in relationship is I feel like if you're learning lessons You're not doing repeated lessons. If you had a type, maybe you're learning that you don't need that type. So I think that's part of a win.
It is a part of a win. I think, so since you brought it up from that single standpoint, being like, a married man, my wins have to be kind of joined with somebody else's wins, right? And so you have to kind of take that
team effort.
Your wins are a team effort, and sometimes what I consider may be a win, my wife may not like. No, that's not a win. For example, I have very few hobbies, right? Once I stopped, playing music and can't like really play basketball anymore and stuff like that. And so I got into like a sneaker phase where I'm like, I have to get these. That's a win for me. That's not a win for my wife. She doesn't like the fact that a box is coming there with a pair. Like that wasn't a win for her.
That wasn't a win for her.
But I needed something to be able to like, go in there and beat all these other people out across the world that wanted that pair of shoes.
Exactly.
Right? And that was like a minor win for me. And it became a way to connect with some other people too. It's interesting. I never thought of it that way until we started talking about it, like why I was compelled, because it definitely sparked some arguments at home.
I think naturally you said arguments at home.
Oh yeah.
You were winning inside, but you were winning secretly.
I was losing everywhere else, but I was winning inside, and when I had my little text message.
Right. But I think everybody needs that feeling that they are winning in some area of their life, especially with these last couple of years.
Yeah.
Has just been, for some people, it's been awful.
Yeah.
I remember when the pandemic first happened, everybody said, you got to come out with 2 degrees and entrepreneur and all this stuff. No, I think sometimes you just need to come out with your head still on your shoulders.
Survive.
Right.
Yeah,
you just got to come out just, still pushing, still fighting. But it's in us to want to win. And we define that win in relationships, in finances, in jobs, and in careers. It's important for us to have some kind of win. We just got to define what that win is.
What do you think about when a person's win causes another person to lose? I'll give you an example. I was working at a job one time, and my presence, I guess, in that position was a threat to my manager. And they, in turn, tried to make it so I lost at everything I did so they could win. I was just trying to do my job.
Right.
But from their standpoint, me doing my job and winning is causing them to lose. And so they did everything in their power to make me lose, and was very successful at it.
Wow.
Because I'm just not the type of person that will go, but I want to get your thought process on that. What happens when somebody else's win causes you to lose?
I mean, that's interesting way to look at it. There is no, I know we say win-win. That's not always the case. No. There's not always a strategy of win-win. Somebody has to lose. But I think when we say win, so they might have had the upper hand that day.
Yeah.
But I think a win for you might have been on the outside a loss, but a win is a lesson learned. Yeah. I know we say that in terms of cheesy, but it could be a lesson learned. It could be also that hurt and pain could push you to want to drive a little further. I know when I don't like losing.
Okay.
Like I just don't like losing. I will like Connect Four is my game. And so I remember when Christmas summertime, that I would play everybody in the house because I did not like to lose. Only lost once or twice, but every loss only made me want to fight more. And I think that concept is in life is, I mean, sometimes, that win is just a breath of fresh air. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a moment of...
See, I'm completely different. I don't compete that way.
Oh.
I don't, actually.
Really?
I'd much rather, if we playing Connect Four and it means that much to you to win, like, yo, just go ahead. Just go ahead. You get that W.
No, but I would want to win fair. I don't want sympathy.
You don't want a sympathy.
Sympathy when that's not winning.
I think I've always been like that. Somebody told me this one time, like, you can't fit in. Dude, you're 6'3", like anywhere you go. But when I would go out places with friends and stuff like that, I would always try to like hang on the wall and be as inconspicuous as possible. Because I just I'm happy being here. I don't have to take everything you have. I'm just enjoying the moment and the vibe. And that does cause me to lose quite a bit because other people are competitive and they don't see it that way.
Well, maybe is it expectations? You know what I'm saying? Like expectations of, in their mind, your expectation of your win per se is you being a social bug, the life, where you're like, nah, I'm an introvert, and me being quiet the whole time and just enjoying it, I won.
Yeah.
And I think that's expectations of mind change. Like, my win is not your win. My win is not your win. You know what I'm saying? It is mine. You know, it's how I defined it. It's a mind change. I mean, let's just be honest. Last couple of years, it seems like nobody been winning nothing. Some people have.
Most people play video, or some people play video games to get that experience of winning, right?
Yeah.
I don't play video games. It sounds like you may play Connect 4 more the middle game. But like,
Or games on the phone.
what are some ways that we can get that feeling of a win to build our confidence? Because I know for me, you're absolutely right. If I go for a long stretch of time where I feel like I'm not getting anything accomplished, and some of the goals I had set out for myself were complex in the sense of that there wasn't a weekly win in that,
Right. Exactly.
But what are some things that we can do to kind of get that feeling of like, safe ways, ones that won't get me in trouble? My wife deal, like remember, like
Your win is a team effort, so you got to be concerned about that. I mean, I think we have to redefine what our own win is.
yeah,
I think sometimes just surviving
it's a 5 minutes
is a
of the
win.
week.
I'm just being honest. Like,
yeah.
I think sometimes we got to change that narrative about our life, about who our expectation of who we think we should be, and by what time we think that should happen. I should be married by this age. I
Yeah.
should have this accomplished. I mean, and turn social media off because that's a bad mirror.
Do you hear that
of reality.
oftentimes as a pastor? Like, well, pastor, look, I was supposed to be married at this age.
Yeah.
I was supposed to, yeah.
And I feel slightly bad because I was like, who said that? Who said you had to have this at a certain age? Who said that? You know, and I mean, look at what you have accomplished. Now, there ought to be times you want to push yourself to grow and do better, but look at what you have accomplished. I think sometimes it's a standard that we put on ourselves, and we all do that. We all have some expectations. We talked about things in our own life that we feel we should have accomplished by now.
Yeah.
We should know what our career goals are. We should know where it is. I mean, we put that pressure on ourselves, but I think sometimes one, taking that pressure off.
I know. How about that?
That's not where we should add the pressure. Add the pressure somewhere else. But that shouldn't be the pressure.
It's hard because
Yeah.
the pressure pushes you forward.
push you.
When you're full-time dad, full-time husband, I need to find ways
Yeah.
to feel that W. You know what I mean?
You know what I did like this, particularly this last year is trying to get back into the gym.
Yeah.
And I had to redefine what that was, not a certain goal. I'm working out for 6 months. I want to lose this amount. I had to take those expectations off. And for me, it was like, I'm going to own my time. Every day, I'm going to have an hour to myself, and I'm going to use it for gym time. That's going to be my time.
Okay.
And to be consistent with that, that has been defining a win for me.
Okay.
Is that I'm taking back my time because being a pastor and with other responsibilities, you can take on so many other people's problems, emotions. You can be grieving about stuff that happened months ago, but because you didn't process it.
Yeah.
But I think part of that is taking your own time back. For me, it's been like, this is my time of solitude. This is my time to vent. This is my time to get it out.
I'm horrible
To me,
at
that's
that.
been a win. We've been taught that it's selfish to take time for ourselves. And I get it, even at a certain point and phase of our lives and careers, that we're not looking for 9 to 5s, where we have to sit in the office 9 to 5.
No, definitely not. No.
And when I started pastoring, because of habit, I would be in the office every day. And after 2 or 3 years of pastoring, I realized that's not winning and that's not working for me, and almost felt a little guilty that I had flexibility in my time.
Yeah.
But I had to think about it. I was working full-time and going to grad school at night. I was working full-time job, working part-time. I earned this.
You
That
earned
was
the
my-
time.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But you can almost miss it because it's almost like a guilt if you're not giving your time 24/7 to somebody else. And I think sometimes we miss out how powerful we can be in helping others if we don't take time for ourselves. So for me, a win is taking some of that personal time, and even personal time, trying to figure out who Phil is. Like,
Yeah.
not pastor, not anything, not counselor, but who is Phil is. And that's a win for me, is finding out who I am, what fuels me, what I like.
It's funny, and this is slightly off topic, but I know we're kind of getting to that point where we want to talk about what we're going to do now and what's next. I have some thoughts sometimes in terms of like the identities that I've taken and how that's like defined how I process everything.
Yeah.
Right? But that's going to change. Like my sons are going to get older and they're going to have lives of their own. Like I'm going to move away from the careers that I was in. And then you really start to think about like what you just said, like who is Phil?
Yeah.
Like how am I going to define myself after all those responsibilities that I've had and love to carry? I actually enjoy the definition. I love being, a husband and a father. It's if I could pick one job, that's what I would have picked. all, so it's no challenge there, but I do think about in terms of like, man, a lot of my successes have been wrapped up in how well I've been doing for them. And so when they're gone and they're successful and they're doing their own thing, and it's just, my wife and I, it's like, all right, now what are some of those, goals and how am I going to redefine myself then? But that, we've got time for that. But like, where do we go from here? Like, again, I've been asking you, like, you said the gym, and the gym is good.
Gym is good. I think therapy is good.
Okay.
I've been to therapy, go to therapy. I'm a pastor. I need somebody else to hear me out.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I could
Sometimes-
imagine that.
I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm paying somebody just to talk,
Yeah.
but it works. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's beneficial. That's important that we do that. Also, like we're doing now,
Just
having a podcast. Get some friends. You know what? Get some friends. That's what people need to hear.
I know.
Get some friends. Get some people you can chill with, talk with. They can handle all of you. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling.
That's so hard at this
It's hard
stage.
for me because men don't talk. Men don't talk.
I know, because, like,
Men don't talk.
a part of it is men are not great listeners either.
Well, that's
Like,
it.
I don't want to hear what you have to say, but I want you to hear what I have to say,
And
right?
we're fixers, so if you ain't got nothing for me to fix, I don't know why I'm here.
No, the gym is an excellent example of catching that win. I mean, video games, look, we don't want to encourage our listeners to listen. We don't want to take the
Well,
time
no,
away.
obviously, I'm not talking about video games. I'm talking about life. We want to win in life. Like, I mean, you can play video games, just knock yourself out. But
We had a mutual friend years ago that he told me that he liked to go hunting because of that. Because once he got married, like the thrill of chasing and doing other things with that hunting, going out and
I
hunting,
think this
like,
was more your friend than mine.
well, a mutual friend.
Your friends chasing bears.
Well, somebody that you know. That's what he does.
Okay.
And that's what kind of replaced a little bit of that, because you go out and you get that win.
I would go hunting though.
You should.
I would go hunting. Have you ever been hunting?
I have. I went with him a couple times.
Really?
It was the weirdest thing. I love it.
What did you hunt?
We went turkey hunting, and I know. I've got pictures of it. I put it on Instagram. So the first,
Oh, who eats turkey? Why are you hunting turkey?
you eat turkey at Thanksgiving.
I can't stand turkey, but anyway, that's another
So
subject.
listen, and
Turkey's dry.
I won't belong to the point, but my first time out there, it was funny because I'm putting on all this camo, and so we're out there. It's like cold, and then he's looking at me. He's like, "Man, you got that natural camouflage, right? Because I'm brown. See, when you're
Oh, wait a minute.
it's okay,
I got you.
But he wasn't saying it no, so he was just like, "Yo, you don't even need the gloves or anything like that because you blend in." I was like, you know what? That's a good point. I still won't go hunting without him though.
Right.
That's not going to be my win.
Right.
I wish, I actually wish I could still do like basketball and stuff like that, but with COVID and everything, I don't have it. So, this has been good.
This has been good, man, because everybody needs a win. Everybody has that feeling. You just got to find what your win is. That break, that opportunity.
Well, the question for you is obviously once you do get
That was
married.
a question for me.
Yeah,
Married,
you mean-
is that considered a win?
Yo, because being married is scripted.
Me getting married may cause someone else to lose. No, I'm just,
Here you go.
no, actually,
Who else is gonna lose? The person you get married to is gonna. Listen,
nah.
I was.
That would be a win.
Listen,
Let's be clear.
I will share this, and I know you're comfortable with it.
Somebody's listening.
Before I got married and we were both single, you always kind of made that joke like, look, when I date somebody, I'm gonna make sure it's gonna be hard for the next brother. I'm gonna set that standard so high.
And I probably shouldn't have did that. That was my.
But you did it.
I did. I went because in my mind, in my defense, was like I'm gonna have a standard, so that even if it doesn't work out,
Somebody
you
else
can't
has
say
to live up to it.
No, at least you can say there's expectations. There's a standard. You know what I'm saying? That of how you should be treated, how you should be loved, how you should be taken care of. At least a standard. So that was my mindset, like that. It wouldn't be easily to replace. That was my mindset. Not that it would be lingering, but that was my mindset.
I think that
Has it worked? I don't know.
I think that
We'll
mindset
see.
is always
Time will tell.
that mindset always leaves the door open.
It does. Well,
Me,
some doors are closed. I mean, they closed.
I will say this, and like my wife knows it too. Like there could be a person that I dated in my past that will see me and like go the other way. I'm not a bad guy.
Yeah.
But when something ends, it just ends.
Oh yeah. When it ends, it's done. When you're done, you're done.
Maybe I didn't set a high enough standard. I don't know. Maybe I set a standard too low. It's just like, so I was glad to get married and be done with it all because I wasn't very good at it. Thank you for listening to The Upper Level with Davis and Deal, brought to you by Forward Progress LLC. I know, a collaborative consulting group specializing in transitioning passion into industry. Like, we want to connect people, we want to connect ideas.
Absolutely. Help reach your win, whatever your win is.
Whatever your win is, because through this whole process, we've met really great people, really talented people, and we'd love to connect you with them as well. Please follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Upper Level Podcast, and check out our website, theupperlevelpodcast.com, to learn more ways to stay connected with us.
This has been The Upper Level with Davis and Deal.
Peace.